In the last lesson, you learned how to solve one-step equations by adding or subtracting to get the variable by itself. Well, this time we're going to multiply or divide. The concept is the same. We want to get the variable by itself. So let's look at the top of the page. You've got 2x minus 10. 2x means 2 times x. When you have a number beside the variable, that's multiplication. What is the opposite of multiplication? Division. Division is opposite. Now, a fraction is a division equation. So x over 2 means x divided by 2. And what's the opposite of division? It is multiplication. Multiplication is opposite. All right, let's do some math. I'm still going to draw the T. It's still helpful. Different colors this time. So what's happening here? You have 4 times x equals 32. You want x to be by itself, so you need to do the opposite of multiplication. It's being multiplied by 4, so therefore you divide by 4. And remember, balance. Same thing to both sides. When students get this wrong, it's usually because they forgot to do the operation on the other side. So both sides divided by 4. Well, 4 divided by 4 is 1. So we have 1x equals 8. And we don't write 1x. Remember, the poster's up in my room. It's not wrong, and I will not mark you wrong. But proper math grammar says x equals 8. Because we only have 1x, we don't have to write 1x. All right, now, this one, oh no, it's a fraction. We don't care. Fractions are not hard. Remember, you learned that last lesson. A is being divided by 5. So you need to multiply. Do the opposite. Multiply both sides times 5. So I'm going to put a dot for multiplication times 5, a dot for multiplication. You end up with, I'm going to show an extra step here. 5a over 5 equals 45. Well, these two cancel out because 5 divided by 5 is 1. So 1a equals 45. Proper math grammar, a equals 45. That wasn't so bad, was it? So when you see a fraction, you're going to take, I'll even get a highlighter out. You're going to take the denominator that I just highlighted, and you're going to multiply it by the number on the other side. You can only do this when you have the variable fraction all by itself. You'll figure that out in the next unit. All right, let's go back. Next equation, decimals. Do things get different with decimals? No, it just means that Mrs. Gates has to pull out her calculator because I'm not good at dividing decimals in my head. But the process is the same. We still want x by itself. So we're going to figure out where my red went. Whatever. So we are going to divide by 6. Divided by 6, divided by 6. Now this is where a calculator comes in handy. Some people can do this in their head, and unfortunately I cannot. I apologize. Okay, 1530.36 divided by 6 is 2.56. And how many x's do we have? 1. Okay? All right. Set this one up. There we go. And remember what I said. We're going to take the denominator multiply it by the number on the other side. So 3, okay, I can't talk and punch in numbers at the same time. 3 times 4.8 is 14.44. So we're multiplying both sides times 3. 14.4 equals W. Number 4 is a little different from number 2 because I simply didn't show you that. I didn't show you this third step. Okay, I multiplied both sides by 3. The 3's cancel out on the W side. It gives you 1 W. All right, integers. The process is the same. We are still multiplying and dividing. And if you've noticed, at the top of this left column, it says, in this column, you will need to divide. All right? So that's what we're doing. We have -3 times u equals -30. We're dividing by -3, both sides. Well, remember what we talked about in Unit 1. When you multiply or divide signs that are the same, the answer is positive. So a -3 divided by a -3 is a positive 1. -30 divided by -3 equals positive 10. Proper math grammar, u equals 10. I think it's starting to sink in. So we're going to do again. Now, there are a couple different ways you can do this. I'm going to show you what I think is the easier way. Take the negative and put it with the denominator. So I want you to multiply both sides by -4. And remember, I put it in parentheses just so I don't lose my negative. It doesn't get lost in the writing. You don't have to, but I like it because it helps it. So now we have positive y equals -100. That's the fastest way to do it, and I think it's the way with the least number of steps. So take the negative, put it with the denominator, and multiply it with the number on the other side. Okay? Let that sink in again. Last part. You can do 2 things, and I'm going to teach you the one-step way. Okay? We're going to multiply by the reciprocal. That's what I want you to try. Reciprocal means, I'm going to write that down here. Reciprocal means flip it. Flip the fraction. So what is the reciprocal of 6 over 5? It is 5 over 6. So you're going to multiply both sides by 5 over 6. So now, oh, that's kind of weird. What do you get? Well, you get 1u, because they cancel out, equals 30 times 5 divided by 6. That's how you multiply fractions. U equals 150 divided by 6. And I usually know this, but I can't right now. So then you finish the math. U equals 25. So this side, we multiplied by the reciprocal. Now on number 8, I'm going to do it the other way. I want you to make the choice. This side we're going to divide by fraction. It's one extra step, but that doesn't make it wrong. Same line. Okay, here we're going to take the 5, multiply it by the 30, just like we did at the one up there, the problem number 6. So we end up with 6u equals 150. Now see, this makes it a 2-step problem, but you can do it this way if you want. Divide both sides by 6, u still equals 25. It is your choice as to what you want to do. I like multiplying by the reciprocal because it makes it a 1-step problem. But they're both mathematically correct. So you may want to spend some time going back over number 7 and 8, listen to the video again, and we will discuss this in class.